What's going on, fellas and ladies? If there's any in the chat, it's Monday night. It's approaching the witching hour, and what better time to do a Halloween? I've got Halloween on the brain. What better time to do a Hell House LLC live watch along? Certainly a movie that has kind of gained recognition over the last few years. In terms of just what started out as a Shudder exclusive, I think, has become a bit of a cult movie going forward. It's certainly gained a lot of recognition and is widely acknowledged now as one of the best found footage films of all time, I think. And to watch along with me tonight, and if anybody else wants to jump on, the link's in the description. But yeah, to watch along tonight is JT. I'll bring on right now.
What's going on, guys?
What's up, man?
What's up, man?
Yeah, it's all good. Jay's in the chat. What's up, Jay? Yeah.
Hey, what's up, Jay?
Big T's in the chat as well. What's up? Yeah, all good, man. JT, yeah, loved seeing those videos from Corey and Chris from Scarefest in Kentucky.
Oh yeah, I gotta check those out.
Yeah, cool, man. Just good to see a load of guys from the community all together. Would have loved to have been there, man, but unfortunately, it's a little bit of a trek for me.
Yeah,
for a couple of days. I don't think I can quite afford the the airfare and the everything. Probably going to cost me a couple of £1,000, which I can't really justify at this present time. Maybe in a couple of years.
Yeah, there you go. It's an every year thing, so
but
we'll make it out there one day.
Yeah, maybe. It'd be a lot easier for you, I suppose. But there's Chris. Chris, if you want to jump on, man, jump on.
Yeah, Chris.
Bunny's in the chat as well. What's up, Bunny?
Hey, Bunny.
Twice in one meet. Yeah, you killed. Yeah, yes, you are. It's like buses. You wait hours for one to go along, and then two come along at once. And Bunny's been in 2 streams on the run. So before we jump on with the movie, I'm sure we'll spend a lot of time just chatting shit and barely watching. That usually live watch alongs resolve down barely watching the film because the volume's turned down anyway, so it's kind of you're just kind of watching it.
Yeah, I got subtitles on my TV.
But it's it's one of them. You just kind of make notes of certain scenes and you kind of chat over it. But in terms of this movie, what was your introduction to this film? Is it something you were aware of immediately upon release, or was it?
I saw this. Pretty much, yeah. Not when it first released, but the year it came out, maybe a few months after it released, and I highly enjoyed it. And then I watched it a few times. I actually showed it to my sister. I showed it to a few friends of mine because it wasn't that well known when it first came out. And then they had I think the first one. I don't think the first one was a Shudder exclusive. I think the second and third one was, right?
I'm not sure. I mean, I had zero awareness of this film when it dropped in 2015. It was Piz who he reviewed it, or he might not have even reviewed it. I think he just mentioned it in a live stream about films that he thought were quite disturbing.
Yeah,
quite gave him chills and almost to a point. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. So I checked it. I looked up on it, and that's when So it was probably about 2018, 2019, first watched the film. But I was blown away by how effective it was.
Oh yeah, there's definitely some real creepy atmosphere and scenes in this movie.
Yeah, just the build up. Certainly the scenes where they go down into the cellar.
Oh yeah, the cellar is creepy.
Just the clown. I'm going to go into Terrifier 2 tonight. We're going to be live streaming tomorrow night for everyone in the chat. We're going to be talking some new movies. We're going to be talking Terrifier 2. We're going to be talking Pearl. We're going to be talking X. I did watch Pearl tonight. I don't want to spoil anything, so we'll talk about that tomorrow. I'm going to try and watch VHS 90. Have you seen VHS 99 yet?
No, I'm gonna actually do the same thing. I'm gonna watch
Yeah,
it tonight, so that
yeah.
way
So
we can
I'm gonna try and watch it.
discuss it tomorrow.
Yeah, so I'm gonna try and watch that tomorrow. I'll try and watch Chest if I can. I
Yeah,
can't.
if you can check it out.
I can't promise anything because time. Just with time, I'm in work tomorrow, so
Yeah.
I'll definitely watch VHS 99. I'll try and fit Chest in. I'm guessing it's not a particularly long film. It's probably like an hour 20, is it?
Yes, yeah, pretty much. Yeah, an hour and 20
Yeah,
minutes or
so
so.
I'll try and fit that one in, just so we can. But definitely, we'll definitely be talking about Terrified 2, Pearl,
Absolutely.
X, and VHS 99. So that's kind of
Yeah,
like tomorrow's.
Big T. I heard about Piggy. I heard good things. That's one I want to check out too.
Yeah, that's. I think it's a Spanish film. It's meant to be interesting.
I'm pretty. Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah, I remember seeing the trailer for it a while back. It's kind of a lot to do with like, I'm sure I know it's a girl getting bullied at school and
Yeah.
shit like that. But yeah, I'm definitely want to check that as well. Okay, so let's we're not spend too long just talking. We'll just we'll get the film rolling anyway. It's your just want to make sure is your version like 1 hour 31?
I was gonna ask the same thing. Yeah, because there's a director's cut, but
Yeah,
the regular one's an hour
I've,
31. Yeah.
yeah. I've not seen a director's cut. I don't know if I ever want to see it. I mean,
I've
kind
seen
of.
it. I don't really remember much of what was added, really. I mean, there is a decent amount of time added to it because I
Yeah,
think it's over 2 hours.
yeah. A movie like this. I think 1 hour 31 is just like the perfect. I don't for a
Yeah,
movie. Adding 20 minutes to a found footage film when it's like pretty much perfect as it is. I don't really want to spoil the.
yeah. It's
You
kind of
know,
like mostly probably unneeded stuff to be
yeah.
there.
Okay, so yeah, I've got it all set up at 000.
Yep, me too.
So on 3, 2, 1, and play.
Cool.
So we get the opening credits. As I say, I think about live watch-alongs. I do tend to just generally just like veer off from like watching the movie and just talking. I do like jumping into certain scenes, but I do like the chaos of the opening sort of like 10 minutes where you you're not quite sure what's going on. It shows like it just jumps backwards and forwards with the footage of like showing what's happened, and then it goes forward. And
then
I really,
the interviews with the
yeah,
expert guy on the whole
yeah,
situation. That old guy, I still don't know what that old guy is. Like I know this one's a journalist, this guy, because they say
yeah.
yeah. Then they have that
It does it.
old professional that I'm not sure if they say what he is or like why he knows so much about the hotel. But
It does do a good job of. It does feel like genuine sort of like talking heads on a documentary.
oh
You know,
yeah, no, very good.
not you know what I mean. But yeah, in terms of like the thing I like about this movie over the 2 and 3 is you kind of it just loses a sense of like it's hard to put into words. It just kind of loses a sense of like the mystery a little bit, I suppose, because once you go into sequels, you kind of like you've explained a lot in the first film, so then it's just that same thing, isn't it? Like every time you go into a sequel, you try and explain more about the history of the house,
or their character or
yeah,
anything. You got to
it just
they
takes away the
expand
effect.
upon the lore.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
That's actually what I liked about Terrifier 2. We'll save it for tomorrow, but that's what I liked is they didn't dive too much into the backstory of Art, which I like when they do that.
I think that would be like a bad decision to do that with Terrifier.
Keep it mysterious for sure. I love how they constantly refer to the incident in here as a malfunction.
Yeah. Chat. Big Crack Rock just taking 15-minute naps all day like senior citizens. I'm just streaming this, and I have got like some like internet issues with like what I'm streaming on, so it's kind of like it is just like buffering at times as well. So I'm kind of like trying to. I'm streaming through the iPad, and the iPad's the internet's fine on the desktop, but the iPad's just horrendous for some reason.
No, I was happy because I didn't know if it was my laptop. Remember when I did the stream with one of my followers for Cabin in the Woods?
Yeah.
On the playback, her video was fine, but my video was the audio and video were unsynced for the whole time. So before I interviewed the director of chess yesterday, I jumped on with Gareth just to see if like there were any settings that I could change so that doesn't happen again. And I ended up just restarting my computer and shutting all the YouTube tabs down. And luckily, after the interview with him yesterday, it was fine. The feed was all good and everything on the playback. So happy it didn't have that delay issue again.
Where are you up to now? What points are you?
They're in the basement.
So what's your timestamp? Because I've looked mine.
4. It just hit 4 minutes. 4:01, 4:02.
Okay, just move forward a little bit because I might have to do that a couple of times tonight.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I love the setting though. I love the whole setting of the Abaddon Hotel.
It's not like some rural setting as well. It's quite urban. You know,
Yeah,
it's not like it's in the middle of nowhere. It's quite. It's not like like when the turnout for the obviously, you know, the initial sort of like whatever you want to call it. You know, there's like hundreds of people there.
Yeah, for the haunt. Yeah.
You know, it's like not that far from New York, and it's
like a landmark in that town too.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
Like it's not like you said, it's not a rural in the middle of nowhere type town.
So it kind of like puts you at ease a little bit with like it makes it all the more like sort of like chilling in a way. You know, it's something like this can go on like in a quite an urban environment because these are guys who just come from New York and they've just gone like, you know, like an hour's drive out of the city, and it's they've come across this.
I think because they were doing their attraction in New York City for years, and then they ended up going up here to Abaddon. And funny, my cousins actually, one of my aunts live in Rockland County, which is where Abaddon is located, and like Pearl River is like a few towns over from Abaddon.
I'm just gonna go and get my Wi-Fi extender and put it in this because it's just so if you, I'll just log out. I'm not gonna log out. I'll just turn the cam off a minute because it's just completely playing up on the internet. So give me 2 seconds.
Yeah, no problem. All right, guys, he's gone. Now it's time to have real fun. All right, what are we gonna do? We're gonna wreak havoc. We're gonna cause a malfunction, like in the Hell House here. YouTube video and the 911 tape leaked, and that just confused people even more. Has anyone in the chat not seen Hell House?
Isn't clear, and authorities aren't saying. All we have from that night is the video.
I still don't know who this old guy is. Every time I watch this movie, unless when they first introduce him, they have a tagline under it, what he is, and I miss it every single time. But I feel like they never say who this old guy is. He just like really knows his shit about the hotel.
Starts to raise some real questions that the town does not want answers to. The hardest part was probably the silence. Everything was very hush hush. There were gag orders put on everyone involved in the case. Cops, lawyers, even the families of the victims were left pretty much completely in the dark. It was impossible to get anyone to talk to us at first. So I wanted to see inside the hotel. First and foremost, asking questions was, like I said, getting me nowhere. So I went to the hotel and I walked around the back and found a little window and knocked on the door and climbed inside.
Damn, my Terrifier 2 is over 130 now. That's cool.
Well, some people theory that was some sort of a gas leak, which we all knew was bullshit in the first place.
Yeah, they tried saying it was a gas leak down there. Get the hell out of here. Yeah, that happens with me a lot, Crack Rock. Because I guess there's like a setting on Amazon, so like it plays the next movie, and especially on Tubi. Like I'll watch a movie and then I'll like pass out, and then I'll wake up the next day and I'll be like 15 minutes into some random movie that I've never seen before or one I haven't seen in years.
I've seen a lot. I know that's weird, but in my career, and there was no way.
There are 3. There's this one, the original, then there's the second and third one, which were both Shudder exclusives. They were supposed to make a TV series. They were talking about making a series based on the hotel, but I haven't heard anything about it in a while, so I'm not sure if that's still in the works or being talked about or not. I'd like seeing a series. I think they can do some interesting things with a series revolving around the hotel.
Would you please state your name and age for the camera? I'm Sarah Hoffel, 30 years old. And you remember Hell House since its beginning in 2002, correct? Yeah. And since the night of the tragedy,
I love this girl, Sarah. She's fucking gorgeous.
you staying with family most of
I mean, technically, she's not alive, but
the place now?
she looks alive. That's all that matters.
If you don't mind, I just want to jump right into it because obviously the town's decision to conceal all aspects of this tragedy from the public have caused conspiracy theorists and normal people alike to speculate on their own. This is smart thing to do.
Yeah, Chris, I like 2. Actually, 2 is one that I actually really enjoy, which I know isn't that popular of an opinion, but the 3 was terrible. I don't care for 3 at all. The whole Faust play angle that they were doing with that, I don't know. It didn't work for me at all, the third one.
Sorry about that. I'm back.
Yeah, you're good.
So give me a timestamp now, because
We are
internet
at
sources now.
11:25 when they're talking to Sarah in the interview room.
Okay.
She's just picking up the bag of tapes.
Everything that went on in the house was taped.
Yeah. I'm at that point now. Yeah.
Cool.
How did you get these enough?
He was doo. I actually like 3. I still think it goes like one's the best, 2 second, 3's the worst. But I didn't
Yeah.
hate 3. I think it was okay.
Yeah, 3 I didn't care for. 2 I actually like a decent amount more than I should probably. Like I actually really enjoy 2. It's definitely nowhere near this first one, but there's definitely some creepy scenes. There's definitely some decent performances, especially the guy who plays Mitch. And I like seeing what the hell is it? Andrew Tully, the guy at the end of it, like the owner of the hotel.
Sean's in the chat. What's up, Sean?
Hey,
Good
Sean,
evening,
what's
everyone.
going on?
Hashtag Hey Corey. Get a little bit of a Blair Witch vibe from some of these scenes, like on the way to
Oh,
the
yeah.
location. I mean,
No, definitely. I feel like it's hard to not get a Blair Witch vibe from most found footage, just because it was, like the big one that pretty much kickstarted the subgenre off.
I mean, I've never, I've never seen, which everyone always says it was released a year before Blair Witch. It was released just before. It was the last broadcast.
Last broadcast.
I've never seen the film.
I saw it years and years ago. I was gonna rewatch it a few weeks ago, and then it was on Tubi, and then they took it off Tubi or something like that, and I didn't get a chance to watch it. But supposedly it has to do with like the Jersey Devil, like the whole legend of the Jersey Devil there, which I love cryptids and all that, like urban legend type shit. So I want to definitely rewatch that, because it's probably been like 10 years or more since I saw that movie.
This scene in the countryside just looks like England to me.
Yeah, no, it does not look like New York.
No, it just looks like it's just, to me, that looks like England. I really need to watch good like Loch Ness film. I'm sure there's probably like a couple of half decent ones, but I've never really seen.
Yeah, I've never really seen a Loch Ness monster like horror movie. Really, I'm sure, like you said, they exist.
There are a few. Yeah, there are a few. Like there's some like, I don't think there's ever been a very good one, but I think there's a few cheesy ones which are worth a watch. But
yeah, that's one you don't hear about as much. Like you hear about you see Bigfoot ones all the time.
Yeah, there's always.
Exists is a good found footage. If you haven't seen that, Mike,
no, I've not seen that.
It's by Eduardo Sanchez, who did co-directed the Blair Witch Project.
The one I've seen one the last few years. I think it was set in California. There's a scene where it goes on for like a good 5 minutes, and they're in a tent.
Willows Creek.
Willows Creek, yeah. That seems pretty intense, man. That seems pretty.
Yeah,
intense.
that scene is definitely like that's. I actually last time I rewatched that, I covered it on the channel. I listened to it with headphones, just to get like because the sound design is great in that scene actually.
At least the thing I suppose with like Bigfoot and Yeti, whatever you want to call it, whether you believe in it or not, there's more. It's a more believable story than Loch Ness. I don't think anybody with any common sense really thinks there's a Loch Ness monster realistically.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm not entirely sure about like Bigfoot in the United States. I don't know what your opinions are. I think it would be hard to imagine that there is, a Bigfoot in this. I mean, maybe.
In the Pacific Northwest, where most of like the big sightings of it have been over all these decades, it's forests, like deep forest for like 1 million acres, probably something like that or more. Like, so there's I definitely think that there's a possibility.
I know, because I mean, I don't know if you've heard of David Attenborough. He does like the BBC documentaries. He does like Blue Planet.
Okay, yeah.
He's very, he'll get shown across the world. He's like this. He's like an expert on nature and whatnot. He narrates all like these BBC like nature documentaries, Planet Earth, Blue Planet.
Yeah,
very respected guy. He's like 96 now. He's he knows his shit.
Yeah,
he's not some crank.
Yeah,
he believes that there is something in the Himalayas. In terms of like something that's not been.
There's so many things like parts of land and stuff like that is so dense with woods and forests and stuff that hasn't been fully explored, that you never know what's out there.
Oh, Christian says YouTube just randomly unlocked community tab for me, so I'll guess I'll get a new toy to play with.
Yeah, Chris, that happened with me too.
Have you got it as well? Because I know.
Yeah.
Matthew, Aussie VHS, He got it as well, and he's on 300. It's meant to be a 500 subs.
That's what me and Gareth were talking about, because I told Gareth when I first got it, I said I got the community tab randomly. Is it supposed to be 500 subs? He's like, I'm pretty sure that's what it was, and then unless they changed it or something, but yeah, I got it like last week.
What do you get, like a notification when you get it, or how do you know you've got it?
It just showed up. Like it was just there, like, and I was like, oh shit, how'd I get this? And then I just said, I'm not going to complain, I'll just go with it,
because I never knew what it was. I see people doing stuff with it, and I'm like, how do you do that? How do you get that? I just thought it was something that was an option for everyone, and I was like, I cannot figure out how to get this. And then I never realized that you had to have so many subscribers to get it.
Yeah, unless they changed it recently, because I know YouTube sent it. Did you get an email from YouTube saying that about YouTube handles, and they're going to be doing that soon? They're making like
they did
an easier way
to
like mention people.
There was an email about something. I didn't really pay it too much attention, but
it was probably that. But I don't know if that from them doing that, if they changed other things and made it available, if it's on views now or something, it goes by. I have no idea why I got it.
Yeah, Chris says, notify me just now. I made a poll, go vote.
Nice.
He says, do polls. There was a YouTube update yet today, apparently. That's probably what it is. So, yeah, that must be it.
Yeah, because I got it maybe a week ago or less, 5 days, 6 days ago, something like that.
I know once something that is about just recently. Chris uploaded a video today, and I didn't get a notification. And I've got all like the people in the community, like everyone, like who's like hot YouTubers.
Yeah,
everybody. I've got all notifications turned on.
Yeah,
he uploaded, didn't get any notification for it. Lawn uploaded a couple of days ago, didn't get any notification for it. It's not the first time it's happened.
Yeah,
it just seems to be a bit random, which is a bit
maybe
annoying.
Maybe it's something going on YouTube's end.
Because at the end of the day, it's like if you don't get a notification, if you've got 100 subscriptions got on the go at the same time and you don't get that notification,
exactly.
You're never going to know that the person's uploaded.
Yeah, unless like you're specifically going to the channel for some reason to check something out and you see it.
And especially if somebody's live stream, it's not so much a big deal if somebody's just uploading a video, but if somebody's doing a live stream, like that could really affect someone like me.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? If I go live, I mean, I put it on Twitter as well, but not everybody's on Twitter who subscribe. So
that's why I retweet yours when you go on live, or anyone else, that in our little community and stuff. I always try to retweet that just in case, for that reason. For like, if for some reason people don't get notified or don't see it.
Yeah, because I mean, like, if 50%, if like for whatever reason, 50% of the people who subscribe to me don't get the notification, that could, like, if that halves the viewership of like, because doing a live stream, it's obviously people can watch it back, but the best thing about doing live stream is just obviously interacting with the people in the chat,
Yeah,
so
of course.
If the people aren't getting notifications, then it just completely screws you up. And the smaller the channel, you need all the sort of like
all the promotion and notifications you can get. Absolutely.
Yeah. So that's something that's pissed me off about YouTube today, which is
maybe it has something to do with the update. And maybe the last few days, maybe is them getting ready for the update, and maybe that fucks some things up.
Yeah, about time to get back to the underdogs of this platform.
Yeah,
definitely.
I can't stand the guy Alex in this movie, the head guy.
Yeah,
it's a fucking asshole.
They're not particularly likable characters.
No, really. They're not. I like Sarah, mostly just because I think she's cute as shit.
Yeah.
What's up, Dan?
Yeah, what's up, Dan? Love the couple of little vlogs that are being put out by Corey and Chris. I just think it was fun. I commented on Corey's video. Piz stood next to Lorne. It's like I think Piz is about 6'4". I think Lorne's about 5'6". I'm just, it's like it's just the size difference is just.
Yeah.
But Corey's big guy as well. I think Corey's about 6'4". So. Oh, Mikey's in the chat. What's up, Mikey?
Hey, Mike.
I'll ask Dan now, seeing as Dan's in the chat. We were just talking about because we got onto like crypto films, cryptozoology films, like Bigfoot movies, and so I was asking a decent Loch Ness monster movie. So Dan, I'm sure Dan will be able to come up with something as well, because I'm looking for a decent. I'd love to see a decent Loch Ness monster movie. Not decent as in well made, well shot. Just a cheesy Loch Ness monster movie.
Good time type one.
Yeah, it doesn't even have to be set in Scotland. It could be set in America.
Yeah, right. Wherever, as long as it's a Loch Ness type creature.
Where people pretending to be Scottish with the worst Scottish accents you've ever heard.
Oh, Dan, Night of the Demon is great for a great Bigfoot movie.
Actually, I think Chris would be able to do a decent Scottish accent, because Chris has got the most Scottish surname, Renfrew. So Renfrew is like as Scottish as it gets. Renfrew is literally an area of Scotland.
Yeah.
So I think Chris could do a decent Scottish accent. Actually, Chris has got a look of Drew McIntyre, I think, with that long hair and
That's it, Chris. You gotta come on and do your Scottish accent now.
That's his Night of the Demon, 1980 for Bigfoot.
That's a good one.
I've not seen that.
There's some gory scenes in that movie.
What's that movie from round about that time? It's where like they literally just off a kid in it. It's like a grizzly. Is it just called Grizzly? I think it's just called Grizzly.
Yeah, there's Grizzly.
I think they just legit.
Who the hell's in it?
They just legit just like off a kid just gets offed in the movie.
Yeah, you don't see that too often.
No. Tonight, that's up for a decent Brontosaurus movie.
I always think of the Blob remake from 1988 when talking about kid deaths, because the Blob kills a kid in that one.
Yeah,
that's a crazy scene too. It's great effects in that movie.
I love that film.
No, it's great.
It's got
the original's great too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Steve McQueen.
I think it was Steve McQueen's film debut. 58.
I'm not sure if it was the debut. Could be.
I might be wrong. I'm sure it's like it was his film debut. I know it was 58, so I was going way back.
Oh yeah.
And Dan says some people like Incidents at Loch Ness. It's that's from the early 2000s. I've not seen it. That's on my watch list actually.
I never heard of it. I should check that out.
Sean says I'll make one, but will people who aren't Scottish love? Breaking news: the McRib is back. Okay, is that in America or is that in the UK as well? I was going to say something. I totally forgot what I was going to say.
You started mouth watering from the McRib.
Yeah.
You're like, oh shit, McRib's back, and now your brain's cleared.
You know what pisses me off about McDonald's is like, I'm not a big fan of like their like daytime menu. I love the breakfast menu, but
the breakfast.
Like what in the UK, like it's usually like 10:30 a.m. where they just like cancel all the. It goes to after 10:30, it goes to like the Big Macs and quarter pounders. I just want the fucking breakfast menu all day long.
Yeah, you think they would do that?
Long.
You think they do that because people have different schedules. People eat breakfast at different times. Night jobs and stuff. You'd think they would make a lot more money. I would think if they kept it open all day long.
We've got like a McDonald's, like across where I work, there's McDonald's. But if I'm working at 7 a.m, if I get my break at 11, I'm ready for a breakfast. I don't want a fucking quarter pounder with cheese. I want a sausage McMuffin. And Subway, and then next to the McDonald's there's a Subway, and they end their breakfast menu at the same time. So you've got to get like shit, man.
I think it's 11 a.m. here in at least in New York that they stopped the breakfast menu.
Yeah. Jessica's got yes, I did sort you out with a wrench, Jessica.
Hey, Jessica.
That sounds very sexual. That.
Sort you out with a wrench.
Yeah. I sorted Jessica out with a wrench. So yeah, she's. Mike could do soundtrack with his piano. Yeah, little piano going on there. Dan says Loch Ness Terror with Brian Krause if you like bad sci-fi channel movies. I'll make a note of that. I think Terror at Loch Ness, that found footage one, whatever it was, I think you mentioned before, that's definitely got to be checked out.
I'm gonna look that one up for sure. It sounds familiar. I know I've never seen it though.
Big T says they're legit calling it the McRib farewell tour. I guess McDonald's is fed up with that goddamn.
You would think they know how popular it is. They just fucking leave it on the menu all the time. Just fucking always have it. They know they'll make the money with it.
Loch Ness Horror from 1981. There isn't a definitive Loch Ness Monster movie. I suppose it's a difficult one to do because it's one thing doing a Bigfoot movie with a guy
in a suit,
or like literally like looking for like a actual dinosaur to just be wandering around. Like it's going to be a bit of a difficult one to do, isn't it?
Yeah, especially with the low budget and everything like that.
Yeah, it's not happening.
Because unless we get like a huge summer blockbuster Loch Ness Monster movie, you're not getting a big budget on a Loch Ness Monster film.
What's your timestamp now? Because I think I've slightly.
I am at 30, just past 30 minutes, 30:09, 30:10.
Okay, yeah, I'm only slightly, like 30 seconds. I'll just move it forward slightly.
Cool.
In terms of like scary clowns, I do love art, but the clowns in the cellar, in the basement, sorry, in this movie, like, because it's, I mean, I'm not going to go into Terrifier because we'll talk about that.
Yeah, we got that.
It's just it's as much as I love art, it's very much over the top, playing it for laughs almost. There's something about the clowns, especially the clowns specifically, sat down in the basement in this film. It's just
it's a much more serious, creepy atmosphere to it.
The fact that there's just no movements as well, because you're going into the movie and they're not meant to be a real live clown. So it's meant to be just a prop, and it's just so effective the way they do it.
Yeah, it is. Actually, that's why I showed my sister the movie like the year it came out when I first saw it, because she's always had a fear of clowns. So I said, "I check out this movie, Hell House LLC." I didn't tell her anything about the clowns or nothing. I said, "Check this movie out." She texted me like after, "I hate you, fucking those clowns are freaking me out."
Jamie's in the chat. What's up, Jamie?
Hey, Jamie.
I think any sane adult has a fear of clowns. I don't think it's just a natural instinct, isn't it? Kids love clowns. Adults think they're creepy as shit.
It goes the complete opposite way as you get older, I guess.
It's just like, how could you not think a clown is creepy? There's also Ted Danson family did it. Ted Danson filmed it on Loch Ness. Oh, Jolie Richardson's in it.
I've heard. I've seen that.
Seen that. Yeah, it's cheesy. It's
It's like the Loch Ness version of like Harry and the Hendersons
yeah,
for
yeah.
like Bigfoot.
There's literally a guy in like the UK. He moved to Loch Ness about 25 years ago, and he just spends his entire life just filming Loch Ness, hoping to catch
I
something.
believe it.
And
Yeah,
he just lives in like a caravan, but
yeah, it just hangs out there, films all day.
nice. It's a nice life to have, but I don't think he's gonna. I don't think he's gonna ever find any definitive proof that it exists.
Yeah, right.
I think he's gonna be in for a long, long wait.
And there's been like reports and sightings of it, of seeing it not even in the water, just like crossing the road and stuff too, like out of the water.
That just seems ridiculous.
Yeah, insane, right?
I know.
You just see like a fucking dinosaur fucking like walking across the road.
It's not like remote. It's remote by British standards, as in it's not like, because the UK is quite small, so we don't really have remoteness like you do in the States. But it's still quite remote where it is, because it's like northern Scotland, but it's not remote like Canada
enough
remote.
To hide a fucking.
I mean, there's literally
dinosaur.
There's a major road that goes past the loch.
Yeah,
with a lot of traffic, so it's not like
it's not like this thing is be hiding.
No,
then not be seen all these for all this time.
It's just ridiculous, really. I mean, but the local tourism makes a fortune on it, so I'm sure like so like I find Mal Santas now, to be fair to clowns, Mal Santas. I suppose having an elderly man, just like having kids on his lap, could be considered creepy. In this day and age.
Just the whole concept, and then he breaks into your house at night on Christmas, and I could definitely see. I mean, I guess that's why they made movies, Killer Santas and stuff.
Comes down the chimney, it empties his sack,
Yeah, exactly. And then eats your cookies, drinks some milk, and fucking pieces out to the next house.
I had a Mal Santa follow me around, the Mal saying, "Come here, little girl, want to sit on Santa's lap." You see, I don't know, obviously, I'm sure it's the same in the States. Like nowadays, like anything like that, they've got to have serious background checks to be doing that job.
Yeah, absolutely.
But, I mean, back when I was a kid, I think they just took it on anyone who just it didn't even matter.
Homeless guy on the street.
Hey,
you want to play Santa?
You want to put a 5-year-old girl on your lap? That's fine.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, now it's all huge background checks for that, especially because you're dealing with children.
Yeah.
There's the clowns.
Yeah, there we go. It's that one. It's the middle one.
Yeah, it's that one there.
That's the freaky one. It really is.
No, they did a great job designing them.
It's a slow build as well. It doesn't like go straight in for the kill. It builds up the tension, and
that's the type of horror I love the most. Is that slow burn type horror.
Apparently, they're doing an origin story for Hell House. It's coming out next year.
Oh, are they? Because I was saying when you went to grab your booster, I was saying that they were talking about a television series based around the hotel.
It could be a TV series. I remember seeing something online today, literally today, about an origin story for it. Which again,
I'd be down for that.
But again, I suppose if you explain too much, it maybe takes away some of the
the mystique of it.
But it's not a massive franchise, so it's not.
Hell House LLC Origins, the Carmichael Manor trailer. Interesting.
It was only today I knew there was a director's cut. I had no idea.
Yeah. Like I said, I saw her once or twice. Like, this is a movie that, like, every now and then I'll throw it on in the background, like, just because I enjoy it so much. So I'll throw it on, and like, depending on which one comes up first on Amazon, it'll be the director's cut or the regular one. So I know I've seen the director's cut. I just can't think for the life of me like what scenes they are added into it. They can't be that great or important if I can't remember them.
Yeah. Eyeball scene's a bit freaky.
Yeah, with this guy. That's some freaky shit, this guy. And then I love how he says, I found him at the gas station. Like, did he work there? He's like, I don't know.
Was going to do a Hellfest live commentary as well, but it's probably going to be. If they do it, it's probably going to be put back till after their Halloween.
Yeah.
It's just we've going, but the times. Fridays was penciled in for Friday, but it's probably not going to happen. Friday's just not really a good night at the minute to do so. Like, kind of Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday's my best nights at the minute if doing live streams, but.
I always like the general idea for this movie of just making a film about a haunted hotel where they're making a haunted house inside of it. Like, I always thought that was a clever little idea there. Yeah, this is creepy when he sees the clown mannequin at the stairs and thinks it's the friend. And he's like, what the fuck are you doing here?
Yeah. That basement is creepy as hell. Every time you go down,
it's so effective. It's such a great setting, and that's like the hot spot, I guess, for all the paranormal activity here. I was pissed when I covered the 3 films. I did them early on in my channel, like maybe like a month into it, and I wanted to play the piano motif on my keyboard, which is right next to where I usually record. And I completely forgot after the 3rd movie. And I was like, damn it, I forgot to fucking play that creepy ass thing. I'd consider it a missed opportunity.
Did you I've not had a chance to catch your Halloween videos today, but I'm guessing your part 5 review wasn't like entirely favorable.
No, 5 is my least favorite out of the, like, 1 through 6, which were the ones that I grew up with, and I am most nostalgic over, which I'm sure you're the same. 1 through 6.
Yeah, definitely. Although I've got more nostalgia for 5 than 6 because 6 was like 95, so you had that gap between. So I'm kind of more, even though 5 is, 6 is a better movie because 5's got that nostalgia vibes to me.
I like 6 a decent amount. Actually, I was going to try because I wanted to do because I did the videos today for 4 and 5, and then I was halfway through 6, and I had to pause it for us to do this. And I was trying to find the producer's cut so I can talk about the theatrical and the producer's cut. And turned out the one I've found online was the producer's cut. And I didn't realize it until like 20 minutes in. So now I know that they have the regular one on Pluto. So now I'll be able to watch both of them and compare them.
Yeah.
It's just been a while since I watched both cuts like back to back.
I'm gonna have to revisit. I'm gonna have to watch this film again properly again before Halloween. Just focus on it. I mean, it's just I'm watching it again now. I'm kind of because I'm just obviously just talking as well, so I'm not with the sound down. But I really want to just watch it again properly and just.
Oh yeah, it's a great film to watch around Halloween for sure.
I really need to see that. Is it Deadstream, which is on Shudder?
That was great.
I've not seen it. But...
I watched it a few nights ago. It was the best way I can describe it is like found footage Evil Dead. Like it was very, very enjoyable.
Did you watch what's that movie? It was by the same guy who did Host. I think it was called. Was it Dashcam?
I've heard of it. I never saw it.
Yeah, that Dashcam was. I didn't like it at all.
No.
Host, I think, is a
Host is great.
Dashcam's just really, really, really annoying. It's really unlikable character. It's just so.
That saves me a watch.
Yeah,
that's one I've been hearing about for a while now, and just never checked it out.
No, you don't need to really. I mean, I'd always say check everything out you can just to see.
That's how I
mean, it might be what you might love it, but for me, I hated it.
Yeah, no, I pretty much I trust your taste at this point.
It's kind of like a bit, it's one of those found footage movies where it feels like it's almost like an epileptic seizure on camera. It's everywhere, and it's
the
just
shaky cam, distortion.
Oh
that's one thing I can't stand in found footage movies. Is not like just distortion on the camera in general, but like if they're trying to show something but not fully show it, so they put the camera distortion on there to like hide the fact that like they don't really want to show whatever they're showing, but they do a little bit. I can't stand that. Like that, just that camera distortion that it's in so much found footage movies. And yeah, Dan, Deadstream, it was a blast. It was great.
I think that dash cam as well. The female lead, she's just like she's one of those like, she's kind of like those like TikTok, Instagram people who like live stream every event of their life. So they're constantly just live streaming. And it's like they're always. When they're driving the car, they're live streaming, and there's people.
Yeah, it's every mundane part of their life that
the entire film, throughout the entire movie, there's the live stream going up the screen. So whatever's going on, as crazy as it gets, there's still like the live chat just going up the screen. It's a bit like I don't know if you've seen a movie called it's the guy from Stranger Things, Steve. He's like a Uber driver. I think it was.
It sounds familiar.
The name of the film was The App in the movie. So so it's like not Uber, but there's like he's a taxi driver. He's a taxi driver, and the name of the film is The App that he works for. So he basically has a camera in his car, and he drives around Los Angeles, I think, and picking up people and. The chat's playing throughout it's a bit like that. Dan or Chris will probably tell us now, but it's the guy from Stranger Things, and it feels that, and that was a really annoying film as well because
Spree.
I think it was called Spree.
Oh, that sounds familiar. Something like that. The concept sounds familiar. I don't think I definitely didn't see it though. I know that.
Yeah, let's Google that now. Actually, just to check. Yeah, it's called Spree.
Yeah. No, I've definitely heard of it and never saw it. It's newer, right?
Yeah, 2020.
Okay, yeah, like 2 years ago. I still got to watch Stranger Things, season 4. I still haven't watched it.
Season 4 is actually really good.
Yeah, I heard mostly good things about it.
It's a lot better than season 3, I would say. But
yeah, they probably give a recap right at the beginning of season 4 because I don't remember fucking what the hell happened last on that show.
It tends to sort of play into what's happened in the previous season.
Yeah.
Yeah, done like season 4. A few Blair Witch vibes going on. This is the girl staring at the wall.
Yeah. She's like speaking in tongues or some shit.
Where would this sort of fall with like your best found footage films? Are you like the sort?
My favorite one is Creep.
Yeah.
With Mark Duplass, I think his performance is unbelievable in both of them, but especially in the first one. And it's probably my favorite performance in a found footage film. Like Mark Duplass is amazing.
I've not seen 2 yet.
Yeah,
I've only seen the first one.
2's pretty much right there, like right behind the first one. They did a good job with the second one. There's supposed to be a third one that they've been like talking about for years now, but they're trying to just like, they don't want to rush it. They want to like get the perfect like script that they can before they finally go ahead with it and make the third one. Which I say, take all the time you need to get the right story for it.
Is 2 more or less along the same lines as the first one? Is it like a new person comes along and?
Yeah, it's a new it's a female this time who comes to he wants to make like a documentary about his like killing career. And so like she ends up like trying to make this documentary about him, and then it kind of just goes off from there. It's good though, and his performance is excellent in that too. She does a good job too, the female lead.
I love the end scene of Creep though, where he just walks up behind the guy and he's just sat on the bench.
Yeah, and he doesn't turn around at all.
Because you kind of like, it's been a while since I've seen the film, but up until that point, are you still? I can't remember. Is it up until that point? It's still not clear, is it, that he is just a complete psychopath, or is it being established that he is actually? I can't remember.
They right after that scene is when they show the his whole cabinet full of all his past victims and stuff, all the old VHSs and DVDs.
Yeah,
but I look at that movie like, I don't know, like I don't hear people talk about it the way, like if you ever get a chance, watch my video on it, because I look at that movie and like it's a deep dive into the mind of a serial killer. Like a lot of people like will describe it as just like, this guy goes to record this guy who ends up being this creepy motherfucker, and then he kills the guy at the end. It's like I see it a lot more deeper than that. Like you can't take anything that he says seriously because he's a serial killer. So like, they're notorious for lying and everything. So like everything that he says in those 2 movies, I look at as you don't know what he's saying, what is truth and what's just complete fabrication.
Well, that's kind of like part and parcel of being like a serial killer. You know,
Yeah.
psychopaths just make up their own.
Yeah, their own like their head canon and stories and everything.
Lauren's in the chat. What's up, Lauren?
Hey, Lauren, what's going on, man?
I was just mentioned in the chat earlier on, Lauren. It was seeing you and Piz stood together on screen. It was just like. I was going to say something then to Lauren. I've totally forgotten what I was going to say again.
Yeah,
that was going to say actually. If you've never seen Creep from 2004, British horror movie set on the London Underground, like on the subway system. Really good horror movie. It's just basically a woman goes to a party, leaves, gets on the underground, on the tube, and then misses the last tube home. Everywhere gets locked up, and she's stuck on the underground.
Yeah.
And there's only a couple of people there. There's like a psychopathic killer and a couple of like staff. It's a really effective movie.
Yeah, I got to check it out. I know that there was another film called Creep. So that's it right there. I never got to check it out. I gotta track that one down.
So Lauren's going to be uploading some footage from Scarefest as well.
Nice. Yeah, I'll check that out for sure. That scene's probably my favorite scene in the movie, with the ghost girl who fucking scares the shit out of the guy.
Yeah.
He just hides under his covers. I'd be out that door so fucking quick, man. Out the door, out the hotel. He just goes under the covers.
The jump scares in this movie are they are earned, because it's not as if
from
absolutely. Jump scares at you like 10 every 5 seconds. It's it's almost a lot of it is like you think there's going to be a scare, there's not. And a lot of it is just those clowns just sat there and you're just waiting for something to happen.
And then a lot of times nothing will. And then when something finally does, you're right. It's
that's
totally
kind of half the terror is that they're just there, and that's where the scare comes. It's the expectation of the scare rather than the scare itself.
Yeah. Now they did a great job with not overdoing jump scares in this movie, because they easily could have filled this movie with jump scares.
Yeah. Am I echoing to you at all, or is it just am I coming through okay?
Yeah, you sound fine for me.
Yeah, it's okay. It must be on my. If it's just on my end, it's fine. It's just as long as it's not. That sometimes happens. I don't know why. But
yeah, you sound fine on my end.
No, that's fine. It's like it'll be if it's coming through fine for you, it means it's coming through fine for everyone else. It's just me. Occasionally, it's very very faint, but it's just a little bit off-putting. If I know that it's fine for everyone else, then it's no big deal. I can never get used to audio on StreamYard or YouTube. It's just whenever you think you've got it down,
then something else pops up.
And, it's weird. It's just I mean, I don't know whether I know you mentioned losing a couple of subs the other week, and then it's like I was thinking, the channel was growing nicely, just over like the last couple of weeks, and then just like then it just like randomly lost 2 subscribers, and I'm like, I don't know if it's just people, but at this you don't know. People,
it happens.
Do people unsubscribe, or is it just like YouTube? Apparently, they do a deep clean sometimes, where they any bots or anything, they'll just wipe them out.
Yeah, it could be that too. It could be a number of different. It could be just somebody by accident, they scroll on the screen and they accidentally click unsubscribe. I know I've done that once or twice with channels in the past. And then I'll not get notifications, and then I'll be like, why am I getting notifications? And I'll go and, oh shit, I'm not subscribed anymore. I must have clicked the button by accident.
I just actually unsubscribed from about about 40 YouTube channels the other day because when you just like subscribe to channels for one video,
Yeah.
you should like the content for one video, but then you never ever watch them ever again, and
then
it's just
gets too much.
it's just clogged up with like channels I never watch. I just like literally I went from like 120 channels. I've got it down to like 40 now. Of like pretty much channels
Yeah.
I just watch on a consistent basis. But
if not, it gets way too clogged up, and you get crazy amount of notifications or stuff that, like you said, that you don't really care for any of the content besides like maybe one or two videos you see.
Going back into the basement again.
Yeah, this is a tense scene.
Yeah. I kind of feel like this movie dropped in like the early 2000s. It would probably maybe have a bit more recognition. During that original sort of like found footage boom of like like after Blair Witch.
Yeah,
like, sort of by 2015, it's kind of like
it's a little later. Yeah,
yeah.
I feel like obviously Blair Witch is what like sparked the whole subgenre. I feel like it didn't really like blow up until like maybe like Paranormal Activity came out in 2009.
Yeah.
Like after that is when you started to, like, Grave Encounters followed in 2011, and then it really got the ball rolling with the whole found footage genre. Which I never cared for the Paranormal Activity films.
I think I've seen I've seen 1 and 2, and I don't think I've seen anything after that.
Yeah, I think I've seen the first 3, and that was it. And they
like
just don't do it.
How many is the 6? 5 or 6?
Something like that. I think they just came out with another one like last year or something like that. It was
supposed to like Ghost something. Was like what was the last one?
Ghost Dimension.
Something like that. Yeah. Unless they brought another one out since then. I don't know.
I think they might have brought another one. That's a series they'll keep going on with for a while. There are 8 Paranormal Activities.
God.
Well, 7, and 1 came out last year, Next of Kin, and then there's one called The Other Side coming out next year. Yeah, I haven't seen like past the 3rd one.
You've seen a new Hellraiser, haven't you? You've seen a new Hellraiser?
Yeah.
Have we talked about that yet? I don't think we spoke about that.
I don't think so. No.
I forget what we've spoken about. What we haven't spoken about.
Yeah, I did a video. I enjoyed it though.
Yeah,
not being a like you, not being a Hellraiser fan really at all of the franchise. I actually quite enjoyed the remake.
Definitely something to talk about. We can add that to tomorrow's list of movies.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, won't go into it now, but yeah, it was definitely better than what I was expecting.
Yeah, no, for sure.
I thought it was going to be horrible, but
And I mean, I guess I can't. I'm biased because I'm not a fan of the Hellraiser series, but I didn't see an issue with Pinhead being played by a female. I thought she did a great job.
Yeah.
But again, we're not fans of the Hellraiser series. Like hardcore fans, I'm sure might like if we got news that we were getting Michelle Myers in Halloween, I would not be for that.
It's a
Or
different.
Frederica Krueger or some shit. Like
it's a different sort of like ball game, though, isn't it? Because Hellraiser's always been a little bit out there with the. It's a totally different like because the Cenobites are not really. They're not really event. You can say male, female, but they're kind of like sexless anyway. You don't really look. You don't look at a pin and go, well, that's a bloke with a. It's a Cenobite.
Alternate dimensional beings.
Yeah,
like it doesn't really matter what sex they are.
Yeah, if they tried to sex swap Michael Myers, then I'd have a serious problem with that.
Yeah, exactly.
Michelle Myers is like 6'6" and is like 200 pounds. I'd be like, no.
Yeah, exactly. And Jacqueline Voorhees.
Yeah, yeah.
This guy is the only one I feel like is the only decent guy. The one who wants to quit here.
Yeah.
And then they laid on him that the company's fucking broke.
I noticed Terrifier 2 was taken off YouTube pretty quickly.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
it was uploaded. It was gone within 12 hours.
That's what I figured. I just went on actually, like right before we hopped on, because my sister wanted to watch it because she loves the first one, and I found one on YouTube like an hour ago, so it must have been a new one they put up because it was like Spanish language, but like it was in English, but like the title was like Terrifier 2, and then the rest was in Spanish. So I'm sure there was probably just another one that was just uploaded.
I like the music in Terrifier 2. Really love that like synth.
Oh yeah,
synth soundtrack.
The score is great.
Yeah.
Same with the first one. I really like the score in both those films.
Big T says there's a new Paranormal Activity 4K set coming out fairly soon. I just don't really like something like the Paranormal Activity series, like owning it physically, with just because it's obviously with the found footage on it, it's like a 4K transfer of a found footage film. Just to me, it just seems a bit.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
What's the point? It's a found footage movie. It doesn't.
It doesn't need.
It's not going to add anything to it.
Yeah, kind of goes against the whole feel of a found footage film, of it being recorded on cameras and stuff.
Yeah, it's like Blair Witch Project. In 4K. It's just. I mean, I'd probably need to see it in 4K, but a Blair Witch Project on VHS would probably be just.
Yeah, exactly.
Give you that sort of like authenticity.
The feel that they were going for it.
Yeah. Have you been watching Chucky?
Yeah.
So you're up to date with that.
Yeah, it has been a little slow.
Yeah.
With this season so far, but
I've not been a big fan of this season so far.
Yeah. I mean, it's only 3 episodes in, but I definitely remember the first season being a little more eventful this time, like the same time as we're at now in the first season.
I'm not. What's up, Jess? By the way, Jess is in the chat.
Hey, Jess.
Not a big fan of this multiple Chuckies scenario. It's just, for me, it's just like it should just be one. It's, if you got multiple Chuckies, it just kind of takes away from who Chucky is. It's like, it's you
I
got
can
like
see
the
that.
scout Chucky and taking photographs, and it's just, I like
You
give it.
got
I like
Jack Chucky who
yeah,
walks at the end.
yeah. It's just I'm not overly keen on the set. I like the taking it to this boarding school. It just, I preferred just them setting it in the town they were in, and
Yeah,
I don't know.
I feel like they might have boxed themselves in with the whole boarding school setting.
Is Andy dead? Is he come? Because he
I doubt
drives
it.
off the cliff. I doubt it, but we're in. We're going to be in episode 4, and he's not been in anything yet apart from the very first scene of the first episode. So
Yeah.
I mean, the guy can't act.
No.
So it's not like he's a terrible actor. So maybe
Yeah.
maybe they're just going to limit him to.
Yeah, it could be because I really don't think they'd kill him off like that,
No.
especially with him being the whole start of the whole franchise as a kid and stuff. Like I feel like if they do kill him off eventually, it's going to be a deserved like death, and that just didn't feel deserved at all. Just him driving off a cliff. So I'm sure he's going to show up again.
I'm not overly keen on this. The whole subplot with oh my god, Jesus Christ! What's her name?
What Nika? Fiona Dorff?
Yeah. Like, I just, because I'm not someone who watched the later movies. I watched Bride. I've not seen Seed. I've not seen Curse. And I think there's another one in there somewhere. So
that's the why probably it's not making
all that stuff
clicking for you 100%.
No, not at all. It doesn't make a lot. It's just, I checked out after Bride. So these little strands of storyline connected to like the later movies.
Yeah,
I'm kind of just like not interested at all.
Yeah, I can see that for sure. She's Fiona Dan is she's amazing. Fiona Dorff is amazing. There's definitely something in that Dorff DNA because Brad Dourif's a fucking legend.
Yeah,
she's amazing too. Child's Play, it's one of my favorite horror franchises. I love every entry. Except the remake. I couldn't stand the remake, but
the remake. I mean, I've not seen. Obviously, I know a lot of people hate on See the Chucky. I know.
I love See the Chucky.
I've not seen it, but a lot of people do reference that film as being a bad movie.
Oh yeah,
even people who
it's definitely an unpopular opinion to love See the Chucky, but I absolutely adore that movie.
But
like it knows it's ridiculous, it knows how crazy it is, and it just embraces the hell out of it. So like when you have a movie that knows how crazy it is, I can be into that, like being as insane as it is.
I mean, I can totally get on board with like you're not liking the remake because obviously, with the remake as well, you're taking away what made Chucky Chucky. It's like it's a serial killer, fucked up, evil human being who's basically placed himself into a doll. And with the remake, it's just bad AI.
It's just technology gone wrong, right? Exactly.
So it's like it's not like really an even evil. It's just fucked up. Like
it's just a fuck up at the factory.
Yeah. It's like Cyberdyne. It's like Skynet have just like fucked up with a doll rather than like a deadly cyborg.
Have to put a recall out and get them all back. Like
it's just it doesn't. I still think it's an entertaining film, but it doesn't really have the same weight. Chucky
absolutely. And as Mark Hamill's a phenomenal voice actor. I mean, just look what he did with the Joker. But it's that remake cemented for me that just like Freddy, nobody can play Freddy but Robert Englund. It's the same thing with me with Brad Dourif and Chucky. Like you can't have Chucky without Brad Dourif.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's I mean, you are right in terms of like Chucky. I mean, in terms of like he really cemented that role. I mean, if you look at like
Oh yeah,
it's not as if it flip flop between him and other voice actors. You know, it was his role and he owned
oh
it.
yeah, through and through.
You know, that's why I always make a case for like any Elm Street remake. You know, in the future or what happened in 2010. Robert
Yeah, terrible.
Englund was obviously the face of the franchise, and
Oh, absolutely, 100%.
that's the reason why you can keep on making Halloween movies and Friday movies. It's just they've all got their own little, you know, what's the word I'm trying to think
Like
of?
qualities to them.
Quirks, little
Yeah,
quirks.
exactly.
You know what I mean? Like the things they do. But again, it's just a big guy in a mask.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
you can like, but with something like as charismatic as Freddy
yeah. With
or
Freddie and Chucky,
Chucky's voice, you know.
they just have so much character to them.
Yeah, the
Where like
personality shines through.
Michael, Jason, Leatherface, like I mean, the
Yeah,
whole point of Michael and is that there is no personality.
yeah,
You know, like so it works that they're able to just have a different actor play him whenever they need to. But when you have a character that has so much, character and charisma and personality to them, like Freddie and Chucky, like it's the actor who's making that happen.
Are you about 115? 114, 23 I'm at.
114.55.
Oh
So
yeah,
yeah,
so
just a
yeah,
little tough.
yeah.
I like how we kind of still like don't know exactly what went on here. Like we see those cloaked figures, or whatever you want to call them, ghosts or satanic cult demons or whatever you
That
want to call
clown
them.
running across is just freaky as fuck, man.
Oh yeah. And that's terrifying to be in that girl's position that she's handcuffed
Yeah,
there and
yeah.
she can't get out. Like that's got to be fucking terrifying in her position. Especially the clown who ran off had the key to the handcuffs. One thing I do like about the third one is the ending. Like the whole rest of the movie, I don't care for the third Hell House, but the ending is like it turns into just like a straight up fucking bloodbath.
Yeah.
Like turns up to like almost like a demonic ghost slasher film at the end. I really like the ending to it. I just feel like they could have went a lot of different directions to get there instead of the one that they took. But that is interesting that they're having an origins story for it.
But the origin, well, in this movie, it's events that took place in 2009, isn't it? At the beginning of the movie, which is like
Yeah.
what? So in terms of what they're going to say origins, I don't know if they're going to go right back to like, you know,
like if right
the
before that, or like or how
like
far back, yeah,
100,
that they're gonna go.
like 100 years or something. It's just going to be a normal movie. Because if it's going to go back to if they're going to go back 100 years, you can't have a found footage movie.
Yeah, no, yeah,
you know what I mean?
exactly, yeah,
so
exactly. You can't have
rich,
an old period piece,
yeah,
that has no cameras.
So
imagine the whole movie is just like sketch pads.
Yeah,
like you just see people sketching out the scenes and shit.
So I don't know if they're gonna do whether they're gonna go. They could go back to like the 90s with like pretty cool sort of thing. You know, with like a big old sort of like big old camcorder like Blair Witch style. But
yeah, because I forget when they said that the hotel was shut down, and I think it was like the 60s or something. In this, when Andrew Tully, when the owner of the hotel hung himself. I think it was something like that, the 60s or 70s. So, I mean, they could go maybe back to like the 70s or something like that. Yeah, everybody hit that like button.
I always forget to say that. I don't know how much of an impact, if it has any impact, but
hey, even if it's a little impact, it's something extra to take. You know,
I'll have to see.
You can always use it.
I'm just gonna have to see what level my Jeepers Creepers live watch along from last year is on. It was on about 5,000 views. Every video's got about like 100 views.
Yeah, no, I know. That's how it is. So my Cannibal Holocaust video is up to like 18,000 views. It's fucking like every 2 days it goes up like 2,000 views. It's crazy.
It's good because like for the like monetization, it's obviously a long way off in terms of like watch hours, but that video is probably like being single-handedly responsible for like pushing forward the monetization.
Oh yeah. Well, watch hours. I'm at almost 600 watch hours.
Yeah,
somewhere close to that, I think.
I'm just 99. I've got 994 watch hours, but obviously, yeah, that's not the issue. It's the subscribers.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yep. Yeah, 577 hours. Oh, that's cool, Big T. They're doing a 24-hour horror drive-in movie marathon near him this weekend. The guy Mitch here who stays behind is one lucky motherfucker.
Yeah.
Instead of going with him, he gets to stay back and just watch the videotapes. I'd take that over getting trapped in the hotel.
If you want to see a really good found footage movie, I think I mentioned this. You might have seen it. I mentioned this before. I have mentioned this before, but I don't know if I've mentioned it to you. The Borderlands from 2014.
Yeah, I've seen it with when the priest dies and that was pretty good. That's a different name, I think. Here, what was it? The final something or something like that. I know it has a different title.
I don't know why they do that. why
Yeah,
they changed the names.
especially nowadays. Like it made sense back in the 80s with the slasher movies because they used
Yeah.
to have them come out of theaters and then want to push them back in theaters under a different name. But nowadays, I don't know why they bother.
Definitely that's definitely like a slow burn movie, you know.
Yeah,
Just there's a scene where you know, you've seen the film. There's a scene like where
yeah,
you're like screaming, and like the local kids have like set fire to a sheep. It's just like
yeah,
fucking,
yeah, yeah.
it's like
Oh,
really
it's a crazy movie.
horrible scene. Like
Final Prayer. That's what it's called.
okay, yeah.
Yeah,
See, Final Prayer just sounds so. It makes it sound like a really cheap, nasty, straight to DVD movie.
Yeah, yeah.
It
No,
just
I
sounds.
actually like the Borderlands better,
It just
much better as a title
Final
for.
Prayer. It just sounds so cheesy.
Yeah,
Like, as if because it's like to do with like a church, like oh we'll put prayer. It's just
yeah, exactly. Like too on the nose, like
yeah.
for of a
It
name
does.
for it.
It does sound like the sort of movie you see, in a dollar
Yeah, the
basket in
dollar bin.
Walmart or something. You know what I mean? It's just like it's better than that if you know what I mean.
Yeah, oh yeah. I much prefer the name the Borderlands for it.
I think it was one of the. I think someone in the Discord on the Flash Room Discord they shared one of the guys, one of our like movie pundits in the UK, Mark Commode. He's like probably one of our most respected like movie pundits. You know, he really knows his stuff. He's really well versed in like horror movies, especially. But
yeah,
he just like somebody took a snippet of his Halloween Ends review. He just rips it to pieces, basically, just because he loves the original film and he just rips the film to pieces, and it's like comedy gold. Just
yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's I feel like it's been dying down a little though the last few days. The hate and the talk on it. I mean, it's still there, obviously, but I feel like it's getting a little better than it was like from release onwards. There was you hear about somebody trying to get sending a petition around to try to get like 250,000 people to sign to reshoot the movie. It's like
as
the
if
fuck out of here.
as
Like
if they're
that.
gonna do that.
Yeah, I know exactly. Like they
Like
care about 250,000 people with the fucking money that movie's making.
Who's paying Jamie Lee Curtis to come back again?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
They're gonna have to pay like another like $10 million.
Yeah, so it's like you better get a lot more of those petitions going around. Start like 25, 30 GoFundMe's. But just the fact that somebody would even like just take those 250 the money or whatever you can make from that, make your own fucking Halloween movie if it really bothered you that much.
Do a fan
film. Like why not? Like apparently, the people who are that pissed off over it, and don't get me wrong, I was pissed. We were both pissed with the movie, but we don't take it past that. Like the people that keep going with it and stuff, it's like, all right, if you feel like you can make a better Halloween film, then go make one, and then just take it from there. And that way, you can take your hate and take it to bring it into your own movie and see if you can do better. You couldn't pay me to go into this hotel. Especially the basement.
I know. Just
Sissy is another newer film I want to watch too.
which one?
Sissy. I hear it's got some good kills in it.
Heard of that? We're going to be talking about Terrifier 2 tomorrow, Big T. Talking about Terrifier 2,
Absolutely.
talking Pearl, X, obviously, because you just watched X, didn't you? GT.
Yeah. Like last week or 5 days ago, something like that.
Yeah, tomorrow night talking Pearl, X, Terrifier 2. Hopefully VHS 99. I just need to get that one watched tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll 99% likely I'll watch it tonight.
So.
And Hellraiser, we can.
And Hellraiser as well, yeah.
Yeah, X and Pearl are my 2 films of the year, without a doubt.
Got to refrain from talking about it. I want to start talking about it. I think no, we'll save that.
Yeah, exactly.
Chris, if you're available tomorrow, man, jump in.
That'll be great to have.
I know you've got a pretty hectic work schedule going on with Halloween and that, but if you're available tomorrow, man, you can jump. Just the link will be there. So if you want to jump on, jump on.
And yeah, Big T, I loved Terrifier 2 as well. Thought it was better than the original in every way, pretty much.
Yeah, definitely.
Actually, T, if you want to hear an interview with Laura Lavera, who played Sienna, my buddy Jason over at Sinister Cinema Reviews did an interview with her about like a half hour or so. I posted it on my community tab like the other day, so you can check that out if you want to hear an interesting interview with her. She did a great job in that movie.
No,
yeah, definitely, Chris. And that's why you don't go in a creepy ass hotel. Yeah, no, I know, right? I don't know how they'll outdo it. The kills are absolutely unreal in the second one. I know Damien Leone said that there's absolutely going to be a third one, but I know he said that he probably has enough content and story for a fourth one also. I always like the ending music here.
Yeah.
At the end of the film here. And next up, Demons. I haven't seen Demons in a while. Those are two movies I gotta rewatch and cover on the channel. Demons and Demons 2.
I always get them mixed up. Which one's which? Which is the one in the cinema? Is that?
That's the first one.
Right, okay.
And then Demons 2 is in the high-rise apartment building.
Yeah. It's been a long time since I've seen those movies. I think.
Yeah, me too. And The Church too is great by Michael Suavi. That's like Demons 3 pretty much.
Yeah. Anyway, that was Hell House LLC.
Indeed.
A watch along where we watched along a little bit.
Yeah, it was on the screens. It was on the screens. We mentioned some scenes.
I mean, I'm definitely gonna have to rewatch that again properly before Halloween. Maybe actually watch it Halloween night. I don't know. Wait, it's Halloween night. Is that next Monday? It is, isn't it? It's next Monday, right? It's 24th today.
Yeah. Yep.
So I'll probably have to do a stream next Monday, just a random. It's Halloween night. I'm gonna have to do something.
Yeah, exactly.
Chris wants 14 terrifying movies, one more gory.
Hey, I'm with you, Chris. I'll take as many as possible. Fucking, I love Art the Clown. And as a huge slasher fan, I'll take as many as they want to pump out, as long as they're good.
How did you go about getting an interview with the director of Chest? Did you just reach out to him on Twitter, or?
Well, I met him on the subreddit for the found footage subreddit, and we ended up chatting for a little bit, and he ended up saying that, I mentioned that I just started a YouTube channel, and he mentioned that he just finished his first movie, and we ended up talking, and he was like, if you want to check the film out, I'll give you a screener code, and if you want to like do a review on it. And I say, yeah, absolutely. And then since then we've kind of just been talking and stuff. Like we got each other's numbers. We'll text every now and then. So I texted him and I said, you want to come on and do an interview? And he's like, yeah, sure. And it was pretty much just like that. It just happened pretty easily, pretty quickly. We're going to try to get, once the movie releases, we're going to try to get him, the producer who plays a role in the movie, and the whole cast together on a stream to further promote it for him when it finally releases. So that'll be fun to have the whole cast on there.
Yeah, cool, Max. Like I say, I had no idea about obviously until you mentioned it to me. I had no idea about the film. I have got the link there. I'm sure it'll work. I just need to. I'll try and watch it tomorrow. It's just that much stuff to watch recently.
I know. There's so much shit that I've been catching up on, especially like newer films. Like the last week, I've been catching up on a lot of movies from this year that I missed.
So yeah, I'll try and. It's just with work and stuff. It's just like, just if you're working as well, and you just.
Oh yeah.
If I'm feeling like even slightly tired, I just don't want to watch a movie. Because I just know if I start watching it, I'll just start getting tired and turn off. So I need to be like just wide awake, and that's why I want to watch. You know what I mean? I was watching Pearl before. I had a little sleep, and I was just like focused. But if I'm just tired in any way, I'm just like and if it's like a 2-hour movie, I think I don't really want to.
The biggest thing with me is like, well, because like I work at home and like online and shit, so I usually just knock out some work in the morning, and then I'm free for the rest of the day and night. But if I'm feeling tired like that, it's because I take notes for my videos and shit to keep my thoughts on track. But there's some times that you just want to just relax, lay back, and watch a movie and turn your brain off.
Yeah.
And like not have to worry about writing shit down or just keeping like thoughts in your head and stuff. So like that's the times that I'll just be like, yeah, I'm not doing any videos tonight. Like I'm tired. I'm just gonna sit here, relax, and watch a movie or two until I fall asleep.
I was gonna say, I don't know when you sleep, but like there's times like when you message me or I'll message you back, and I'm like, it's like 9 a.m. UK time. I'm like thinking it's like must be like 3 a.m.
Oh yeah.
Or 4 a.m. Like when does this guy
I don't
sleep?
go to bed till like 4 or 5 in the morning, and I'll sleep. I don't sleep a lot. I've been that way since like middle school.
You're like Dan. I don't know when Dan sleeps, because Dan seems to be online constantly.
Yeah, I'll sleep for like maybe 3-4 hours tops on most nights until I get like one day that I'm off, I'm free, and I can just pass out for like a good like 9 hours or something.
Yeah, like man, I sleep too much sometimes. I love sleeping. I love sleep, man.
I just wish I was able to sleep more often.
And that was for some people, it's not always an option. It's like it's like last night. I went, like I say, I went for a drink, on Penny Lane.
How was it?
I don't want to make you jealous, mate.
I know. I saw it when you saw the message. I was like, damn, man, he's gonna drink on Penny Lane. I'm jealous.
I got home and had a few drinks, but like problem with having a few drinks and then passing out really because you just fucked. Woke up like 3 a.m, like wide awake.
Yeah,
and then like 2 hours, just spent 2 hours trying to get back to sleep, and it's just like
that's
what
happens.
I finally got back to sleep at 5 a.m, and then I was up at like 7:30 to go to work. And then so I got home from work today, and it was just like I watched Pearl. I was surprised. I thought I'd be like, just too tired to watch it, but it just it hooked me in. So I was like, I was invested in it, but then
it's
passed
great.
out again for another couple of hours just to do because I thought if I don't sleep now, this stream's not happening tonight because I will just wouldn't be in no fit shape to do it. I'd be too tired.
Oh yeah,
but, it's just constantly trying to fit movies around streaming and work, and it's just
it's a whole it's a juggling act for sure.
Yeah, it is. I mean,
but I think it's something that we get better at as time goes on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
it's
for
just,
sure.
There's times as well where it's just like sometimes if I'm tired and I'm like thinking, oh, I've promised to do a stream, and the temptation is to just cancel it and just when you've scheduled it and you feel like you're letting people down, and
absolutely,
and I scheduled a stream like a month or two ago, and I just fell asleep, and I set my alarm to wake me up, and I slept through it, and
I remember.
I woke up. Oh yeah, I think you might have been in the chat.
I
woke up at like 2 a.m. and then there's the chat just scrolling down for like an hour, and it's like I don't think Mike's turning off. I'm like, oh, I felt terrible. I was like, and I just went, sorry guys, I fell asleep. I was just like, oh fucking hell, man.
That's what I do a lot when like if it's like 3 a.m. and I'm just finishing a video, at the end of the video I'll be like, I'll hopefully, it's 3 a.m. I'll try to have a video up in a few hours, but then I'll just pass the fuck out. I'll be like, all right, this one ain't happening. I'll just have to wait till tomorrow.
We've got the Wise Elf in the chat. I don't know whether are you a new subscriber? Have I not seen him in the chat before?
Hello, Wise Elf.
That's a new name to me, but thanks you for jumping on the live stream.
Yeah.
You guys have any channels on Discord? No, but Flesh Room Features, Wise Elf, just go Flesh Room Features, which is Dan's Discord. We're all in that, a lot of us anyway. I'm in it, Chris is in it, / a home video, Big T's in it. So yeah, just if you just follow Flesh Room Features Discord, we're all in that anyway. So you haven't got a Discord, have you, JT?
I have a Discord server, but it's not horror related. It's for a like one of my favorite live bands. I have a website that I pretty much tabbed out their entire like 200 song catalog for guitar, and I run the website the last 6 years. So I have a Discord for that. But besides that, nothing horror related on Discord. I'm in a few Discords, like horror Discords, but.
So, Wise Elf, what's up? Just a fellow horror movie lover. Found you guys via Twitter on a random chance. Well, if you're not subscribed to the channel, Wise Elf, please subscribe.
Absolutely.
We're live.
He's a great channel.
We're live every week around this time. Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays sometimes as well. So, yeah, please subscribe and set your notifications on. That is important for YouTube, especially. But thank you very much for finding us. Maybe those hashtags work. I just randomly put hashtags in. I never really know whether they do it, but I mean, I always see Dan always puts like loads of hashtags in his posts, and obviously I don't really understand Twitter that well, but I'm guessing it obviously works to an extent. I understand Twitter more than Discord. To me is just the most confusing app. When I first went on Discord, it's just overwhelming. I just could not get my head around what I was doing because I literally didn't know what the hell was going on. I was like, it still confuses me now. Maybe it's just me being old. I don't know.
It's just getting used to with Discord. Like I'm on Discord a lot just because of the Dark Souls games I play and stuff. I belong to a few servers on there. And I check challenge runs on there. I'm a moderator on one of the Souls Discord, so I'm on Discord like a decent amount.
Yeah,
but I didn't get into Discord until maybe a few years ago, and can definitely take a little bit of time to get used to everything on it.
I think I'm just used to with apps, they hold your hand and they just they all tend to be quite user friendly. With Discord, I felt it was just kind of threw me in at the deep end, and I was like, don't really know what's going on. I'm like,
Yeah.
I just like
throw you in without a life preserver and just
yeah. And I was like, oh
go
shit,
ahead,
what's going
swim.
on? And it's just like, it's just like notifications here, there, and everywhere. I was like, oh, I don't know what's going on. I've kind of getting used to it now, but it's still a bit of a minefield for me. But
Yeah,
I'm really only on it because of Dan's Discord. I mean, I'm not really on it for anything else. So
yeah, Dan, I'll join the Discord. I didn't know you have one.
Dan says he doesn't really understand Twitter, but he knows he's supposed to hashtag.
Yeah, that's what I know pretty much.
I don't know whether Wise Elf was referring to what's the band? What's the line? Maybe it's referring to the band.
The Disco Biscuits. They're like a jam band, like Fish and the Grateful Dead, but a little more electronic. I've seen them live like 110 times.
Big Crack Rock. I didn't plan it very well. It was yeah, Big Crack Rock was at a Scarefest, but I don't think he bumped into all the other guys.
Could have and just didn't realize.
Right. Yeah, everyone's welcome on here. Okay, I think I'll just wrap things up now, guys, because it's getting on for like 2 a.m. now in the UK. But we'll be back tomorrow. So
9 o'clock here, 9 p.m.
So yeah, Wise Elf, make sure you subscribe, man. We'll be live again tomorrow night.
Sure.
I don't know what time zone you're in, whether you're in America or UK or whatever, but 12 a.m. midnight UK time, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The other time zones, I have no idea what they are.
Yeah.
I only know 2 time zones. So we'll be live tomorrow night, JT again, and we'll be talking Terrifier 2, Pearl, X, Hellraiser, VHS 99, and I'm sure a few other topics will come up. So for everyone in the chat, thank you very much for jumping on board.
Thanks,
JT,
thanks for joining, guys.
Yeah, thanks you, JT, for being on board tonight as well.
Always
a pleasure.
Thank you. Yep.
And I will see you tomorrow night, and hopefully you guys.